Hello everyone and welcome to How to Make Monster Cookies. I'll start off by pulling my very well used recipe book. In this recipe it calls for 6 eggs, 1 pound of light brown sugar, 2 cups of granulated sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 24-ounce jar of creamy peanut butter, 2 sticks of butter softened, 8 ounces of M&Ms, 8 ounces of chocolate chips, 4 teaspoons of baking soda, and 9 cups of quick cooking oats, not the instant oats. I start by gathering all of my ingredients. Now that I've got all of my ingredients together, I've got to start to get my supplies together. Fun fact, I live in a house that was built in the 40s, and so I have very old cabinets and they're very hard to open. I don't use my stand mixer very often, so it's a little dusty at times, so I'm going to go ahead and clean that. Now it's time to preheat the oven. I have to preheat the oven to 350. Before I get started mixing my ingredients, I'm going to go ahead and line my baking sheet with parchment paper. Here in the background you can see a cameo by my cat Schnitzel. Can't forget my measuring cups. Now I'm going to start to mix the ingredients. First, I'll start with the eggs. As I start to add the sugars, I realize that my brown sugar had gotten too hard. A quick search of the internet told me that I can put my brown sugar in the microwave and it will allow it to soften up. Now that my brown sugar is soft, I can go ahead and continue adding my ingredients. Thank goodness I have the stand mixer, or my arm would be getting very tired. Now I'm adding the salt and the vanilla, the baking soda, and the butter. More mixing. Now that those ingredients are mixed, I'm going to have to transfer to a larger bowl. I'll begin to add the peanut butter, the chocolate chips, and the M&Ms, And finally, the oats. Once I get the cookies spread upon the cooking sheet, I'm going to put them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. I have to set my timer. A little playtime with Schnitzel. Cookies are looking good. Once I let the cookies cool, I pour me some milk, and it's finally time to enjoy. Thanks for watching.